of you want to do things right, to keep up with keeping your lives tight, tight as in being right with the truth of true insight? Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need, to be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads? Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown, to worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne?
Thousands of years. And the government has known about it. People have known about it in secret. You know, the popes, who was the greatest sign of the devil, they've known about it. And look how they coming up with stuff now since we've put this information down the Library of Congress. Now all of a sudden you see stuff that you know we've written about in these books or on these shows, in the History Channel and what have you, you know, and they coming up with stuff. They said, well, we knew about this 1946, you know, and we're going to tell you about it now. Why now? You know, and no matter what they do, and this is so bad because they like I said, they've turned the Christian religion into a myth right before the eyes of the Christians. Something unbelievable. You understand? They've made them believe it. Now they're going to make them not believe it, because we are here to explain even that. That did not come from Jesus. You understand? But when they try to show you the truth about Jesus and what have you, they always at the end throw confusion back in there to mess the people who really seeking and really holding on to this thing. They don't want you to realize that Jesus was a regular man who was raised up like every other prophet. You see, and my Lord has said to me that it could very easily create a man, have the essence of a man put into a woman, so that she would become impregnated with that miracle birth thing. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord can see, the people want to make Jesus' birth, that miracle birth that they profess to happen, to be so great, when they forget that before there was any man, Allah created everybody in a way that was even more miraculous than what happened with Jesus, than what they claim happened with Jesus. So why make him so great and with praise when all praise is due to the one that created him?
I even said something in the Quran, back to that point exactly. We just said the birth of Jesus like the birth of Adam. He said, be and he was.
Be and he was.
Right in the beginning. I explained it to what you said. I was giving us now.
But see, what I'm saying is that, think about this. Jesus was placed into the womb of Mary. Adam wasn't placed into a womb. The first man, they don't know how he was created, how he was born.
So on one hand, the people of religion, they recognize that Aiza is beyond description, beyond anything. You know, it can do anything, you know, past what we can even rationalize. Yet they continually try to put creations on it, not only just limited, Lord, but literally try to recreate it, a concept of it.
Well, that's all a part. See, Satan don't want you so much to worship it. It wants you to worship anything. Satan don't care. Satan knows it's not the Lord Most High, and it knows that it will never sit on the Lord's throne. But Satan's deal is this. It said it will come from before you, behind you, and every side of you. Its sole aim and purpose is to take you to hell. And it's going to do it in any way it can. So if it can get you to worship your pastor or your imam or your priest, or if you follow them in incorrectness, then it has been successful. You understand? If it can get you to turn away from the covenant of Allah and turn to something that's more, that you feel more comfortable with, something that will make you more happier, then it has been successful.
Something that we've been conditioned to make us
well, it is the one behind the scene causing the jinn to make you be conditioned. You understand?
Part of those people congregating today is back to the thing you're talking about, the conditioning. They talked about a thing on that program I saw again. They talked about how they gathered together for the Council of Nicaea, for example, to gather this is what Christianity is going to be. This is what Jesus is going to be.
But you can't tell the Christians that. No. Even those who hear the men saying that now, they still don't want to believe it. And some will tell you, well, I don't give a damn how wrong this is. I will never surrender to Islam.
That's true.
You know, well, I say this here. I can understand the brothers. I can understand you not wanting to submit to Islam because where the people have taken Islam today, they've dropped it lower than where Christianity is.
Yeah.
You know? But the thing about it is Allah said it will protect this religion forever. Huh? It didn't say it will protect the name of its religion forever. Huh?
That's right.
Because the path of the way been changed, the name has been changed. It gave the name Islam to Muhammad. It didn't say Muhammad, I will protect this name forever. It said I will protect my religion, my chosen way of life for mankind forever. Now, no matter how much they done took the name Islam and the perception of Islam down in the minds and the sight of the people, the religion lives.
Yes.
That's why I'm here today, as proof that they could not kill the religion. How can I say I'm proof that they could not kill a religion? Because there's not a man on the face of this planet Earth that could come and prove that he or she taught me this.
That's right.
Allah taught me what I know. Allah taught me what I speak. Allah speaks through me what I speak. Allah advised me every day, all the time, of what I'm saying. That's Allah. And nobody can touch Allah. Nobody can touch Aiza. No matter what Aiza creates, it never touches it.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, that's
It is the creator and it is always above the creation.
It is Hunab Ku.
Hunab Ku.
Oh, yeah.
And one day we'll explain that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so wonderful, surely. And
Yes.
the thing that I say, back we talking about the good and the bad religion again. So much of the good that is expressed through you, people consider it bad because it's not coming through their particular congregation.
That's the bad part of that religion. That's that outer organization. See the outer organization. Let's take Elijah Muhammad for instance.
Okay.
He came with a strange religion.
Right.
Islam, the Nation of Islam was a strange religion.
Right.
It was a religion of nationalism.
Right.
For one group of people. All those who considered themselves African Americans, slave descendants of the African slaves who was enslaved in this country.
Right.
Okay? Or in these Americas. All right? Now, that religion was strange because it didn't come from the direct line of the Holy Covenant of the Lord.
Right, okay.
It came as an outward warring religion where it put the people at war outwardly against their enemies.
Right.
And it was a perfect strange religion.
Right.
It was used for the perfect cause. The perfect is Allah.
Right.
It was used for its cause to save the people, to give them the opportunity to receive the covenant that it has given me today for them.
Right, exactly.
Okay? Now, many of them have been taken down. They've fallen by the wayside because they trusted one Elijah did not trust. And Elijah told him before his passing he did not trust his son. Warith Din Muhammad. The people, they've talked about it.
Okay.
He's not to be trusted. He was one who was let back into the religion, into that organization 6 months before Elijah's passing. After being put out so many times. He was the same one who rushed to the media and said, I'm the leader of the Nation of Islam.
Right.
By the word of his own nephew who told me,
Okay.
that he rushed out there before his nephew's father, and their other brothers could really get this thing assembled as to who was going to lead and what, trying to get Elijah's instructions together. Now, how true that is, they know. They know.
They know, right.
But the thing about it is he has proven to not be the holy restorer of the faith.
Right.
The holy refashioner of the faith. He has taken hundreds of thousands of people that Elijah had in a certain position, and instead of telling them what Elijah told them to wait for me,
Right.
he said, I'm the Mujaddid. You better thank Allah that I came, that Allah brought me because they were going to kill you.
It never explained who the they were.
And as soon as he said they, I knew he wasn't from Allah, because first of all, no holy man is concerned about another people killing, no one killing you. Because we know that if Allah have us all killed, that's Allah's will.
Right.
You understand? And nobody can kill us unless Allah will it.
That's right.
Because Allah is in reality is the giver of life and the annihilator, the taker of life.
That's right.
And nobody else have charge over Allah. You see? Yeah. So I knew as a child, as a youngster, 20-something years old, he can't be the one. We already knew Farrakhan wasn't the one.
Right.
But we knew he can't be the one because he's not talking right. But the people who loved Elijah and who just wanted to stay in an organization who wasn't seeking Allah itself in this inner organization.
Right.
They couldn't see they couldn't see him. They couldn't see past what he was saying. Because I always sought Allah within, trying to find myself and my connection with Allah. That didn't fit with me.
Could many of them have actually, like you said, the organization, could many of them have looked at like Aida did with Noah? They saw him as Elijah's son, so he must be the one to be followed.
That's what they did.
And like Allah told Noah, he said, my son, get on this boat before you get drowned and you get saved. And Noah said, no, I got a better road, Dad. Like,
right.
Warfdin,
yeah, right.
I know better.
Right, I know
better. And Allah said he was not of your family.
Right, and just as Noah's son drowned and them people drowned, them people that went with Warfdin Muhammad has drowned. But they think they're alive.
Right.
They're living dead, but they think they're alive. They call themselves those who came of the second resurrection or the third resurrection, you know.
Yeah.
And then his holy book, you know, as the sun shines from the east, which was full of blasphemous words about his father, just cutting his father down, which he did not believe that Elijah was really a holy man.
That's the real thing.
I don't know if he still believes, because he keeps changing up so much that I believe he just tried to take advantage. See, when his thing get weak, he called Elijah's name. Said if there was a prophet to come, because when we went putting the fillers out in 1998 stuff, he said, well, if there was a prophet to come, I would be it because I'm Elijah's son. You will be cursed. You will be cursed for being Elijah's son and cursing Elijah like you cursed Elijah, and double cursed for putting that lie out again.
Right.
You Elijah's son by blood, but not by the spirit of Allah.
Exactly. You know, it wasn't until I either brought us to you about the prophecies that's concerning Malachi, concerning Elijah, came to pass to fruition about the turning the hearts of the children back to the father and back to the sons, and the wait as you went to Elijah's temple as it was prophesied to come. So you fulfill all things that the Lord Most High spoke about in the books of Malachi, and you presented this information to those people that Allah told you to go to first.
Right.
That were descendants of Elijah in the spirit of the religion, that the way of the organization that Allah gave him. And people, they're the first one to reject, turned away from the truth. So now, their organization you see now is slowly sinking on sunk, as you said,
well,
died.
it was always a dead religion, because he's led his people away from the path of truth that Elijah was trying to prepare them for, and he sent them over there to some of the slave masters, the Arabs. They were part of slavery. Our people don't realize the Arabs and the Jews was a part of slavery. They were a strong part of slavery. You understand? The Aryan Arabs was a strong part of slavery, and they're still a strong force over there in the Middle East that keeps the dark-skinned people down as a second-class citizens, second-class people, doing all kind of atrocities to the Sudanese Muslims, and the dark-skinned Muslims over there, where some of Muhammad's family is hidden. And also the African-American slave-minded brothers over here who just got to worship some other man, you know, instead of worshiping Allah. You know, putting no man before themselves and Allah, nothing in between them and Allah. They got to put the Arabs between them, like Warfdin Muhammad. What did he do? He said, call yourself Bilal. Took an African slave name, knowing that they still recognize Bilal as a slave. And there's some other names, Kafir or whatever, Kufa or whatever, as the slaves. He know that, but he said, call yourself Bilalian. He knew, he traveled over there. And then said, I'm the favorite son of the Arabs. Shame on him. Elijah never looked at himself as a son of the Arabs. Because the Nubian man, the black man, came before them Aryans.
That's right.
Muhammad was a black man, and people don't know it, and the Muslims hate for you to say it.
Tell that truth.
And they talk about when they did their little Muslim, their movie about Muhammad, and every time the messenger supposedly came, they put the music on and never showed him,
right.
but they showed Bilal, a black slave, and then they showed all the other ones to be Aryans. That was a lie. Because Saudi itself means black. Black Arabia. They won't tell you that. Saudi means black. Now, what was black in Arabia? The people. When they say red China, who they talking about? They talking about the red men over there, the red Chinese.
The people, right.
Huh? They say black Arabia, they talking about them black people that was in Arabia, them Nubian people. And way back then, they ain't have no lines to say this was Asian, this is Africa. Right. They had the desert.
That's right.
That separated the two. Where's the line? Where was the line drawn? It wasn't until the Europeans came down there and started drawing lines and saying this is this and this, that's that, that they started doing that. But they always had territorial areas just like other creatures. Like wolves and lions and other beasts have territorial lines they draw.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Many of those who travel in Saudi Arabia, they're still black.
They still
Arabs,
black.
You know, that you don't see that.
But
aren't in
see,
the
you know,
forefront.
Aisha told me that Muhammad was telling them to free their slaves when, you know, to get a blessing from Allah.
Right.
You know, and you see in the Quran, they have stipulations. Well, if you want to be, you know, if you want to be relieved of this, that, or the other, you know, free a slave, free these many slaves, free that many slaves. Them was Aryans. Some of them Aryans were slaves to them black people. And they was freeing them. But somehow through history, the black humble man who was always humble and soft and had that try to get with that inner religion, have a tendency to let that pale-skinned European, Aryan, Euro-European come in.
The Ari man.
The Ari man. The Ari man.
Yes.
The Ari man is the devil.
Yeah,
you know, Zarathustra said
yeah.
the devil, Araman. They know it. And here go the Ari man, the Aryan. Anyway, see, you starting trouble.
You know?
But they have a tendency to sneak in.
Right.
And then they become the so-called people. In 1,000 years, people, in 1,000 years, I'm going to be a Caucasian. Just like Jesus is a Caucasian now. They're going to have me a Caucasian, you know, if they're still around doing the same thing that they've been doing. If Allah allows them to be around, if He's allowed them to be around. You know, because they always say that Jesus was a black man too. Nappy head like sheep wool, and now they got him a stringy head. And our people, our slave-minded people who probably, you know, if anyone looking at this show, I know they hate me. They hate for us to tell the truth. They say, oh, he's a racist, he's prejudiced. No, I'm not. I love people. I love people from the Caucasians on down to my people in the ghetto.
Yeah, I was going to, Lord, so you're just stating a fact of a matter.
Yes, it's just a fact of a matter. But our people need to hear this. They need to step up and take hold of this covenant so that they can be in line for Allah's favor when they pass. See, our people got to understand that it's important that they know that there is a life after this life.
Yes.
That this is the lesser of the life, the two lives.
Right.
Just like the outer is less than the inner. The holy war of the inner is greater than the holy war outside yourself.
Right.
You understand? If you can become captive to the Lord Most High, a total one in total submission, then it's the Lord who will battle people outside for you.
Right.
It's the Lord who will keep you safe away from all kinds of danger.
Right.
Then you'll understand what magic and spirituality hides the same thing. True spirituality. You understand? You understand what was seen and what has been known by the prophets of Allah. The prophets of Allah, they have a special place. There's certain things that you as an individual will never get to know because you don't need to know it.
Okay.
You see? Yeah. But there's other things of what we know that you will get to know.
Right.
But see, because Allah, Aiza, don't waste anything, why would it waste letting you know all the things that have shown me
Right.
For what reason? I have a job to do with those things it showed me.
Right.
A.H.A.D does not waste. So it's going to give you exactly what you need. And then some of what you want.
Among the jobs would be the truth of the religions. You're talking about the false religions. You're here to give whatever truth is in the religions, to clarification.
I'm here to give both. I'm here to give clarity to the truth of the religion and clarity to the false of the religion. I'm here to break the false and break those who stand for the false and who act as though they standing for the truth. That's what I'm here to do.
Part of that prophecy again, the Lord says in Revelation, the one with the tongue with the two-edged sword to cut to and fro.
You know,
to the truth.
The
heart of the
truth
matter.
is the truth.
That's
We've had many ugly men.
Yeah.
Many ugly men come dressed in religious garbs.
Wolves in sheep clothing.
Wolves in sheep clothing, talking about they're going to take somebody's head, talking about they're going to, you know, do all kinds of stuff to people, to this man. You know, and this man has not been touched in 27 and a half, going on 30 years. Speaking the same thing I'm speaking. And I'm telling you people, you who believe, I have believers out there, I'm telling you, you trust in Allah, you trust in A.H.A.D, and beg A.H.A.D. Pray and beg in your prayers. Don't ask for cars and houses and clothes and money and all that kind of stuff. Ask A.H.A.D to give you of itself, to let you know who you are, where you are, why you are, when you are, and how you can become better at what you are to it. And then you'll gain what you need in these material things. But it's best to seek Allah's attributes, the good of it. It says that the believers, those who are of the righteous, seeks the good of both worlds.
Right.
And in that, it has made a distinction. It has made it clear. If it said the good of both worlds, then what goods are these religious people talking about that only exist in this world?
Right.
The good of both worlds is the same good in each world.
That's right.
It's not two goods, it's one good. A.H.A.D Allah, Allah Amen, is the good of both worlds. And that's what we are to seek. And then it tells us, it asks us for a loan.
Yes.
And most people think that they got to give Allah a loan, something from themselves. Man, Allah owns everything about you. The loan it asks you for is what it loaned to you.
Right.
And that is yourself, people. It asks you to give back what it has given. That means give back yourself to the Lord Most High so it can clear up your mind and cause you to be a true believing Muslim.
Right.
Yes.
Huh?
Right.
Just like the trees and the wind and what have, because they're all things is Muslim. Don't let nobody make you think that Muslim means Islamic.
Right.
No, Muslim is Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, Taoist, dog, cat, rat, roach, bum in the street, everything is Muslim. But Allah called you to be a true believing Muslim, one that believes in it, that which is to be perceived as the reality of all things. When you see it in the Holy Quran, any of you who look at the Holy Quran, you will see the letter Noon, which the Muslims, the Arab translators refuse to translate. It means that which is to be perceived as the reality of all things. That's something that they don't want you to perceive. They want you to perceive men as leaders and rulers and those who are the vicegerents and vice-regents of Allah. The substitutes, the assistants, the representatives of Allah. When the vicegerents and the vice-regents is only the Lord, holy law-bearing messenger prophets and the messengers who are enlightened, who have become of the Christ light of the Lord Most High. And another thing, in the right religion, Christ don't belong to the Christians. That's because they call them Christians. They don't believe in the Christ. They're not surrendered to the Christ. That's like the Jehovah's Witness saying they're witnessing Yahuwah.
Right.
And they don't even know what Jehovah means.
Exactly.
So how could they be a witness to it? You can only witness the Lord unseen through its acts, through its voice, through its essence, through its power, through its touching you, through its compelling you, through its forcing you to witness it in the glory of its being by it telling you, like it tells me it's going to do certain things, and then show me it's doing it in the atmosphere, in the universe, in people, in trees, and insects, and all other things. So I can witness it, the unseen in its act, because it said, I'm going to do this, and then it do it. And that's between me and it. That's my intimate relationship with it.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And intimate means that's between me and it.
Right.
You see, some people want me to prove that Allah is with me. Like when we held our lecture,
right.
And the brothers came and spent time listening to all the wisdom of Allah, and then he said, let me see your feet.
Right.
Right? Of all the things to want to see, to hear, instead of wanting to hear the wisdom of the Lord, he wants to see my feet. And my question to him is what? Is my feet going to change your faith?
Yes.
You know? And I hear this brother, well, I've seen on the internet, this brother started a ministry after that. Now, what would my feet have done for him? Would he see my feet and said, I've seen the Lion of David or the Lion of Judah here for real? I'm resurrected. You know, so I'm calling all you Christians to come unto him. No. You know, there you go again with him and other people looking for the wrong things in religion, the outer things.
But you said the Christ does not belong to the Christian.
No, the Christ is Allah. The Christ is A.H.A.D. The Christ is the almighty infinite being. But it is in its light of truth, there's no light that can encompass it.
Right.
And it's fire of truth, because Christ ain't just light, it's fire. Where there's light, there's fire.
That's right.
Huh? And it is the fire of truth. And its fire is so great it could burn hell up. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those in this program, though,
That's a
who
mouthful.
believe in the time of the day of revelation.
Oh boy.
They looking for Jesus to come back, but I easily explain to it that now the Christ is returned and not
The Christ,
Jesus.
that's right. That's right. And Allah has always said one like Jesus.
That's where they're right.
One like the Messiah.
That's where. Right.
And if you go far enough, you'll go back to the Hindus' religion, where it says that the man who comes today will be of the spirit and talents of Jesus, Moses. It said of 4 prophets: Jesus, Moses, Joseph, and Muhammad.
Right.
And that's what I have. I have their talents. I have their gifts. You know, A.H.A.D manifests things that it manifested through them. It manifests those things through me.
Right.
But I'm not telling the people to come looking for those things, because they get caught up and fall down into the wrong religion. The religion of sensationalism.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know?
Again, trying to define something or capture something.
Trying to capture, you know?
All the wisdom that the Lord Most High brought through the Master Prophet, the people went for the sensational. Jesus raised the dead. Jesus feed us from the... I either give them the wisdom, the beautiful story that is given through the power. It's giving them the truth. But they... show us these things. Say they do
and
it.
They don't even understand how he fed, and how he raised the dead, and what it was relative to. They thinking a dead man literally came back to life. Allah can do that.
Right.
You understand? But what he's saying about Jesus gave him life-giving teachings, life-giving words, life-giving wisdom, life-giving essence. That wasn't Jesus doing. Jesus was just a tool, just like Muhammad was a tool, just like I'm the tool. The Lord did that through Jesus. Now they want to, because some of them know that the Lord did it through Jesus, the higher devils, the higher jinn. They say, okay, they know that the Lord did that through Jesus. How are we going to battle that? All right, Jesus is the Lord.
Right.
You see, well, Jesus was the Lamb of the Lord. The Lamb of the Lord is one who is intertwined with the Lord Most High, the eternal being, and the Holy Spirit of the Lord, which is an archangel.
Right.
That's how Jesus was. That's how I am. That's how Muhammad was. You see, that's how Enoch was. The holy law-bearing messengers become lambs of the Lord. You see, and the lamb is not just so much one humble, because lamb represents the all-knowing as well as the humble. But we have another
this has been an I Have Moments that comes for the storm. We want to thank you for tuning in. I Have Believers. May you continue to tune in. The Lord may bless you with this information to be freed up in this day and time. May I eat his peace.
Who want to do things right. to keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed?